This comes from bizjournals.com. I just want the headline, though. We're not going to read this article. But recent news, AT&T may be looking to sell its anime service, that's Crunchyroll, to Sony for $1.5 billion, reports say. And other reports have said that Sony thought that amount was quite absurd and declined the offer. Now, if that's true or not, I guess we'll find out if Sony ends up closing the deal with AT&T. But that's what other outlets are reporting, that the deal is absurd and it's not going to go through. Just keep that in mind while we move on to the next story. Now let's hop over to this news report from comicbook.com titled, Japan's Top Studios Combine to Launch YouTube Channel to Stream Free Anime. Let's repeat that one more time to be sure that we all got that. Japan's top studios combine to launch YouTube channel to stream free anime. Now, hypothetically, let's say that you are a company like Crunchyroll. What do you think a headline like that will make you feel? Probably not very good. Probably very concerned. I mean, that's literally one of the main jobs of Crunchyroll. One of the main reasons why they're even a thing. They license the IP from Japan and they distribute it or stream it here in the West. Well, if Japan's going to cut out the middlemen like Crunchyroll and just stream things for free on YouTube, well, there's a number of reasons why that's a bit surprising. And obviously, it's not very good for companies like Crunchyroll. That's the point I'm getting at. So let's read and see what they say here. Because, again, that's kind of shocking news. It's so shocking that I would even humbly ask that you consider sharing this video, liking this video, and commenting down below to be sure this video does well. Because, again, if that's really what's going on, man, that's actually pretty huge news. Let's see what they say. The teams behind Dragon Ball and Attack on Titan are massive, but that doesn't mean they get everything right. Toei Animation has shared a problem with Kodansha for years now, and that issue is theft. Time and time again, these studios have found themselves targeted by illegal websites that stream unlicensed anime, and that is why the pair are teaming up with other brands to create a YouTube channel to offset those sites. Now, it's interesting because the YouTube channel might not bring them revenue. Obviously, if they run ads on their own YouTube videos, they'll get some ad revenue from that as well. But potentially, it seems like they're just trying to win a war of attrition, so to speak. Like, hey, if we put content on YouTube for free, people won't use these other websites, and then they'll, go out of business. Well, guess what? So will companies like Crunchyroll probably, right? I mean, not just the pirating websites, but the legitimate, and I use legitimate in air quotes because in my humble opinion, these legitimate companies don't help the anime industry much. In my humble opinion, companies like Crunchyroll don't do much to help the anime industry. Now let's continue reading the news. The page will be called Anime Log. Actually, excuse me, I skipped a sentence. The news comes from Variety, as the trade confirmed a new YouTube channel is being worked on by some of anime's biggest studios, Toei Animation, Kodansha, Nippon Animation, and a few more have agreed to back the channel. So that's all. I don't think I have my highlighter working on this one, unfortunately, but that's obviously a big point. It's not like suddenly all anime will magically be on YouTube. It's only going to be studios agreeing to it. And it also doesn't mean that every I was going to say production, but more so, let's go series. It doesn't mean that every series those studios have worked on will be on YouTube either. They may only do select ones. So you got to keep that all in mind, right? While we read between the lines, so to speak. The page, which will be called Anime Log, aims to post free content for fans to watch with official subtitles so they aren't forced to torrent episodes. Well, that's awesome, man. Hold on, though. Let's... official subtitles from who? As long as they aren't going with some middleman like, Funimation and their terrible script writers, in my opinion, terrible, or some other, company like that, then that's great. Hopefully the official subtitles come right from Japan. I mean, listen, man, this is what I've been saying for a long time. Forget the middlemen. Just hire Japanese people who speak English or English people living in Japan who are bilingual. You don't need these middlemen. Make your own department to do subtitles and just hire people that you trust. Because trust me, guys, these American companies don't have your best interest in mind. They have their best interest in mind. And shockingly, a lot of these American companies now, their best interest isn't even the bottom line of the company. It's not the company doing well. It's power and how they can abuse power to get what they want. It's disturbing stuff that makes no sense to reasonable people. And a lot of people in Japan are reasonable. And I don't think they would like knowing what's really going on behind the scenes with companies like Crunchyroll and Funny. Now, they say, currently this channel is only available in Japan, but the plan is to open it up to other markets. Now, to be clear on this, I did check out the YouTube channel. I mean, I'll show you after this, and I mean, it works. There's just no content on it right now, so I don't know if that's what they mean. The plan is to open it up to other markets. To be specific, subtitles are planned for English and Chinese speakers, as both markets still rely on torrent sites at times. So here's the thing, kind of expanding on that a little bit. Only available in Japan. Like I said, there's no videos on it right now anyways. even if the videos were only available in Japan, I think you would still see them on the YouTube channel, right? It's just when you click the videos, it would say it's not available in your country or something of the sort. You get some sort of, error message like that. But you would still see the videos. It just wouldn't let you watch them. So I don't really know what that's all about. I guess just in general right now, it's gonna be based only for Japan and China, I suppose. Or let me reread that. Maybe specifically Japan only, but targeting English and Chinese speakers in Japan. Only available in Japan, but the plan is to open it up to other markets. To be specific, subtitles are being planned for English and Chinese speakers. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. So they're going to roll it out to English and Chinese speakers. The reason I was confused for a second is because they almost made it sound like it was going to be region locked or something, but I think I was just reading that wrong. Probably my fault. Let's wrap this up. Final sentence. Anime Log's launch in Japan has been soft, with shows like Blackjack and Future Boy Conan being posted. The ultimate goal is to have shared 3,000 anime titles on the channel, with shows coming from, there's more actually. Toei Animation, Kodansha. Okay, they already said this, guys. You're repeating yourself now. What's with these articles repeating themselves? I said the same thing yesterday. I was getting annoyed. Although, to be fair to comicbook.com, the one yesterday was way worse. They repeated themselves like literally 3 or 4 times. This is only once. Or twice, however you phrase it. At this time, there is no word on what titles will make it to Anime Log. But fans are hopeful hit series will be added with more obscure ones. So that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Don't know what the specific series that will be on there. The most common complaint given by international fans when it comes to officially licensed content is its limited scope. Let me also mention right now, because I forgot to say this earlier and I was going to, I'm going to be doing a follow-up segment, similar topic to this one, with a focus on voice actors. So hopefully I'll see you guys for that in a few hours. Just wanted to mention that, like I said, because I forgot to at the beginning. Continuing on with the news. But when it comes to more niche titles, fans often find themselves looking for illegal streams. If there are not official venues hosting the show, hopefully... Now, I'm going to interrupt for a second because I have a friend, not me, it's a friend of mine who really loves the show Darker Than Black and really loves the character Hay from Darker Than Black because that's a great character and that's a great series. And Darker Than Black's been weird because I think the license expired, if I recall, in like 2016. Funimation had the license, I think, something like this. And the license expired from Funimation, and Amazon had it. They had the rights to stream it, and then they no longer had the rights anymore either. So at the moment, you can't even find Darker Than Black legally. And I have a friend who's been trying to find that show for a while legally and hasn't been able to once it was removed from Amazon. And that's why that's a little confusing to me too, because Funny had the rights, but it was on Amazon after Funny lost the rights, if I recall, because it was on Amazon in like 2018 and Funny lost 2016. Maybe I have the time all wrong here. But yeah, the point is, it's definitely annoying sometimes to find these obscure titles when the IP, when the license is expired and there's no legal way to get it in your country. What do you do then? What do you do? I'm not saying to do anything. I'm just raising a question. What do you want to see from these new channels? How could these Japanese companies better serve international fans? Let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter to talk all things comics and anime. All right, that was a pretty good report from comicbook.com. Before we wrap this video up, I want to show you this. The source from comicbook.com is Variety, and they're saying that Anime Log is a channel launched on Friday by Analyze Log, a company that supports corporate digital strategies. And I want to go over this because a lot of people are talking about this topic online, especially on social media like Twitter, and they're sharing this like banner talking about, it's basically a graphic banner talking about the news, but there's no source. So it looks like it very well might be fake news. And there's a lot of outlets talking about this news that are not showing the source. So I was skeptical about this at first because, again, it's huge news and no one was showing me the source. So apparently this comes first from Variety, and Analog is, again, actually coming from this company, Analyze Log, that supports corporate digital strategy. Now, here's where the news gets a bit iffy, and I might do an entire segment just on this latter part of the video for people that tuned out and didn't make it to the end, because this is really, really important. So just a heads up in advance, I might do another segment on this, just a brief one. Analyze Log was formed in 2018 with seed capital backing from U.S. venture investor Next 10 Ventures and its founder, Benjamin Grubbs. Well, I do a little more digging, and I find that Benjamin Grubbs is apparently a former head of top creator partnerships at YouTube. He then formed the startup Next 10 Ventures with the aim of mentoring and providing funding to digital creators worldwide. So is this guy really the best guy to have involved with this whole situation, with these Japanese companies trying to move more from these Western companies? I don't know about that, but I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to judge this guy too harshly. I don't know anything about him besides that he used to be, working with YouTube. He started this venture capital firm or whatever, and, well, we'll see how it all goes. I do kind of wish, though, that this could just all be Japan doing their thing, because let's be quite honest, we love anime the way it is. We like the products from Japan the way they are. We don't need it changed or localized. Now, I'm not saying this guy's going to do that, but it's, of course, a concern. We'll see how this all plays out. Thank you very much for tuning in. And let me just repeat, I have another follow-up segment coming up in a few hours with this topic, and I will probably do a TLDR of this final segment tomorrow or something. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.